Communication, in essence, is the shift of a particle from one part of space to another part of space. A particle is the thing being communicated. It can be an object, a written message, a spoken word, or an idea. In its crudest definition, this is communication. Communication is life. Whether it be in your personal relations or your professional ties, your success or failure depends on your ability to communicate. Your ability to communicate in any sphere of your life, that is. Possibly, you've observed that successful people who seem to always do well, have a very high communication level. And losers, well, they don't. If you take a look around, you'll see many people who think that they are communicating, but they're not. Some people find it very hard to express themselves. For others, it's really difficult to listen. Someone speaks too little. Another is surprised that no one wants to talk to him at all. Some people have trouble starting a conversation. Others, ending one. The thing is that the greatest human problems are, indeed, communication problems. Possibly, that happens because no one has told people how to communicate, what the right way to communicate is. There is a precise formula on which good communication is based. The formula of communication is cause, distance, effect, with intention, attention, duplication, and understanding. L. Ron Hubbard. And if you know this formula, it can significantly raise your level of communication. Let's take a look at a conversation between two people. The person making the statement starts the communication. By the way, Vlad, tell me this. Do you know what an orange smells like? And at this moment, we say that he's cause. The one listening to this statement is the effect of the communication. And at this moment, he is effect. The space between them is actually the distance. So, one could say that the fundamental formula of communication is cause, distance, effect. One person says something to the other across space, and the other hears the first. Let's do this. Let's have you get an idea that you're going to decide to create something. That is, you're going to make something. Now, for the communication to continue, they have to switch roles. And now his conversation partner has to reply, and he answers up, "I'll make you a paper aeroplane." Now he is cause. He says something to the first guy, who is now in effect. After this, the first conversation partner gets the communication and either nods or says something to acknowledge that he got it. All right, let's do this. And this completes what is called a cycle of communication. I want to point out to you the completion stage of the communication cycle. And you hear me say the word acknowledge. Here we have a very important term. Let's define it. An acknowledgement is something said or done to inform another that his statement or action has been noted, understood, and received. L. Ron Hubbard. Here's another thing I want to point out. Components of the communication formula, such as attention, intention, duplication, and, of course, understanding, allow the person to analyze all the communication cycle failures and see exactly what went wrong in the communication cycle. You've probably seen this on TV, in various political debates, on talk shows, where you have all possible versions of violating the communication formula. Here is a small demonstration of how this could happen. Let's take a look. Alright, it's about time we stop this ride. Shut up, everybody. You especially. Oh, come on. Thank you. It's interesting that when people communicate one with another correctly and follow the proper cycle of communication, acknowledge each other, are prepared to listen and to deliver communications, etc. If they follow such a cycle of communication, then you know they will never argue, regardless of what is the subject of communication. Which means they'll always reach an agreement, even if at the outset they were hostile to one another. That's interesting, isn't it? Their problems and troubles will vanish, and they will have good, friendly relationships. You've probably heard the popular expression that communication dissolves all problems. I would add something to it. I would add, proper communication dissolves all problems. Not the kind we've just observed. Okay, by the way, thanks everyone. You're all free to go. To conclude our conversation on communication, I want to tell you this. As far as communication is concerned, I think we're clear. But there is a truly important philosophical principle which will also help us in studying everything about the communication system as it relates to business. And it's a truly important philosophical principle. It might not seem so at first because it's only a little part, but it is vital in any communication. Let's talk about it some more.